All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we are going to be in the 147-pound division where Andre Ward had something to say about Errol Spence Jr. and Terrence Crawford and what he thinks Errol should have done with Terrence Crawford and what, more than likely, Errol Spence Jr. is doing with Terrence Crawford now in a fight that may or may not take place. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon. In this video, we're going to be in the 147-pound division where there was a really great interview from Andre Ward with Steven Jackson. And he had said some things about Errol Spence Jr. and Terrence Crawford. And it reminded me of some things that he had said before, right before that fight, that I think is important information to understand when you're looking at the sport of boxing. And the topic was weight. And Andre Ward, said some things about himself. He said some things about Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia, and things about Errol Spence Jr. and Terrence Crawford. And we're going to get into them in this video because many people act as if they have kind of selective thought processes, in my opinion, where things like this are only important when it affects the guy that you like, but not important to talk about if it's a guy that you don't like, right? And I really do believe that I appreciate the way that Andre Ward handled himself in this conversation and the information that he gave out and the reality that he set for a lot of people and how delicate this balance is that you have in boxing. And it relates to Gervonta Davis and Devin Haney. It relates to fights like Canelo Alvarez versus Beterbiev, all across the board. Monster Inoue versus Gervonta Davis, all across the board, man. And at the end of it, it is really that there's weight classes for a reason. People, however, though, take Andre Ward's argument and make it only go one direction when truly what he says goes both directions. Now, really quick, before I get into it, thank you for watching the video. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button. And thank you to everybody that supports the channel, especially people in the super thanks of videos like this that sponsor these videos. And that is very, very important to allowing the channel to continue. So thank you and thrive, which it has been. So thank you. Now, let's get into this. Andre Ward says that weight is a really, really big deal in boxing. And he says that you never go down in weight. Once your body acclimatizes or acclimates to a certain weight class, you just never go back down. And there's plenty of reasons for that. Your body gets used to walking around at a certain weight. Your body has a memory. Anybody and everybody that on this planet that has gotten older over time understands how that works. And it works just with your regular body without being a super athlete or any of that. That as you gain, the longer you hold weight, the harder it is for your body to get rid of that weight because your body has a memory and your body thinks, okay, this is the weight that I'm supposed to be at. And it will do all kind of things to make sure that you stay there, right? We can talk about cortisol and insulin and all fat adaptation and all of those type of things that people, formerly fat people like myself, understand, which allowed me and us to no longer be that or to be formerly fat people. But it is a very, very real thing. You have to be very careful about allowing your body to put on additional weight. But also, you have to be very worried about not allowing yourself to go up in weight. So when Andre Ward says that it was a mistake for Ryan Garcia, for example, to go back down in weight to fight Gervonta Davis, that is what he's talking about. But he also talked about Errol Spence Jr. and said, look, Errol should have told Terrence Crawford, come meet me at 154, period, and not fought Terrence Crawford at 147 pounds because his body was past the time that he would be able to make that weight. Therefore, in the next fight that takes place, Errol Spence Jr. should be fighting at 154, not come down, back down ever again to 147, and see whether or not that is going to make it a better situation for him. Now, if you recall, you probably may not recall, but I did a video about this because I was a little bit put off or um surprised at a video that Andre Ward had done before the Errol Spence Terrence Crawford fight, in which he was speaking with a very, very solid fighter, former champion. I believe he was a champion at 168 pounds. Andre Durrell, brother of Anthony Durrell, Olympic teammate of Andre Ward, very good fighter, where Andre Ward was talking to him and said that he knew without a doubt that that fight between Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford was not going the distance. What did he know that would tell him all out of the blue that that fight was not going to go the distance? I have to suspect it's because of what his trainer had said, who is Virgil Hunter, which was that Errol was running mountains in Nevada, still trying to cut weight in order to make that fight. So the weight cut was very, very hard on him. Also, you know now that Errol Spence Jr., and I think these things could all be related, connected to that particular incident, was the fact that his ribs had been hurt and he was not able to spar for a while before the fight took place. Now, people will say excuses, excuses, excuses. Well, isn't it an excuse if you can't make a weight? I don't think so. Oh, I don't think so, because you have to pick one with this particular excuse, right? Was it an excuse for Ryan Garcia to say that he was drained and he didn't feel at his best because he was fighting at 136 pounds against Gervonta Davis? Many people use that as a way to say, oh, Gervonta Davis drained this guy down, fought this guy when he wasn't at his best. But Errol Spence Jr. has a hurt rib and clearly had a hard time making that weight. But Terrence Crawford didn't do the same thing. Look, I think that there should be a difference, at least there is for me, a difference between making an excuse and having an excuse. If you make something up and it's just not true, that's okay. The dog ate my homework. Okay, you're making up an excuse. The power went out in my house. There was an electrical storm. The whole neighborhood froze over. I didn't have any heat nor any light. I wasn't able to do my homework. Well, that is having an excuse and a reason to excuse you not doing something that you should have otherwise did. I think that this conversation with Andre Ward sheds light on a lot of issues about the weight in boxing. And we talk about that. I talk about that with blood boxing a lot. And his consistent point of view is we need same-day weigh-ins. Same-day weigh-ins would answer a lot of these questions, because you wouldn't have to, if you can't, it's a lot easier to make it the day before and then get back up to weight than it would be if you had to do it in the same day. And if you had to do it in the same day, that weight cut may not be nearly as drastic because you don't have as much time to bounce back from it. I think that a lot of this stuff, man, would be solved if boxing, which I know will never do, will go back to what they originally which was 8 weight classes, and same day weigh-ins. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.